Most men miss the subtle signals women give when they secretly like them. A woman may never say it directly, but her actions, her words, and even her silences can reveal the truth. Today, I'll break down 7 powerful signs that show when a woman is quietly developing feelings for you. When a woman secretly likes you, her eyes become one of the first and most honest indicators of her feelings. Unlike words that can be carefully chosen, or actions that can sometimes be disguised, their eyes reveal emotions that are much harder to hide. Human beings naturally communicate with their yes long before they use language, and women in particular express volumes through the way they look at someone they are drawn to. If you pay close attention, you will notice patterns, small changes, and prolonged moments that indicate her attraction toward you. One of the clearest signs is sustained eye contact. If she is interested, she'll hold your gaze longer than what feels normal in casual interactions. This doesn't mean she will stare at you in an obvious way every time, but there's sign number 1. The nervous energy will be fleeting moments where her eyes lock onto yours and linger. Those few extra seconds are her silent confession, revealing that she wants you to notice her. Even if she looks away quickly after being caught, the very act of looking longer than necessary tells you that something is there. Another layer of this comes through her pupils. Psychology and human behavior studies consistently show that pupils dilate when a person is looking at someone they are attracted to. Of course, you won't be standing there measuring her eyes, but you will sense an unusual brightness or warmth in her gaze when she looks at you. It is almost as though her eyes come alive in your presence, shining with a spark that is missing when she interacts with others. You may also notice her eyes searching for you in a room. Even in a group setting, her attention keeps drifting back toward you. She may not always engage directly, but subconsciously, she cannot stop, checking where you are, what you are doing, or whether you noticed her presence. This scanning behavior is a subtle yet powerful signal. A woman who's no interest won't invest the effort of keeping track of someone's movements. A woman who secretly likes you, however, will find herself magnetically drawn to you, and her eyes will betray that pull. Then there is the way she reacts when you catch her looking. If you suddenly notice her staring, she may instantly glance away, smile to herself, or even pretend to be busy with something else. That flustered reaction is not random. It's her way of trying to manage the fact that she was just caught in a sign. 2. Unexpected touches. Moment of vulnerability. She doesn't want you to know just yet how she feels, but her body gives her away. Sometimes she may even double back and look again within seconds, as though she can't resist the pull despite wanting to stay composed. An equally telling sign is the frequency of her glances. She doesn't have to hold eye contact every time to reveal interest. Instead, she might steal repeated quick looks throughout a conversation or while you're nearby. These small checks, almost as if she is monitoring your reactions, are evidence that you matter to her. She is attuned to your expressions, gauging your mood and noticing how you respond to things. A woman who secretly likes you isn't just hearing your words. She is watching you closely to absorb your unspoken energy. Finally, her eyes may show emotions without words. When you say something that excites her, her eyes light up. When you share a personal story, her gaze softens with empathy. If you crack a joke, her eyes sparkle with amusement, even before she laughs. That emotional mirroring where her expressions align with what you are calm. Communicating happens because she is emotionally invested. She feels connected to you at a deeper level, and her eyes continuously reveal the intensity of that connection. When a woman secretly likes you, her body often speaks louder than her words. While some women might try to hide their feelings, their movements, posture, and gestures betray what's going on inside. Subtle body language is one of the most honest signs of attraction, and it's our language that doesn't require spoken permission to be noticed. From the way she positions herself around you to Thetaní, almost unconscious movements she makes, every action can signal a deeper interest. One of the most common indicators is the way she positions her body toward you. If she likes you, she will naturally orient herself in your direction, even when it's not necessary. Sign number 3, the eyes say it all. She might lean slightly forward while you talk, or angle her body so that she's facing you. Even in a group setting, this is her subconscious way of saying she wants to be closer to you, not just physically, but emotionally. A person who isn't interested would rarely bother adjusting their posture to align with yours. Another revealing behavior is playing with her hair or clothes, twirling strands of hair around her fingers, brushing it behind her ear, or adjusting the collar of her shirt. Aerial classic signs of attraction. These movements may seem casual or even nervous, but they are often an unconscious effort to draw your attention and look more appealing. Women are naturally aware of these small gestures, and when they like someone, these actions become more frequent and deliberate, even if the person isn't consciously aware of why they are doing them. Eye-catching gestures also include mirroring your movements. Subtle mimicry, a psychological phenomenon where someone unconsciously copies the posture, gestures, or speech patterns of someone they are attracted to. If you notice her sipping her drink after you, crossing her legs similarly, or laughing in a rhythm that matches yours, it is a sign that she feels connected and is attuned to your energy. Mirroring is a powerful silent signal that goes beyond words and is almost impossible to fake for long periods. Touching her face, neck, or wrists can also indicate secret interest. Light, almost unconscious touches to these areas are comforting to her, but also draw attention to herself. When combined with frequent glances at you, these gestures reveal she is preoccupied with how she is perceived by you. Women often engage in these movements when they are nervous, excited, or flustered by someone they like, and it's a physical manifestation of emotional attraction. Another key indicator is leaning closer or reducing personal space. While some people are naturally touchy or physically expressive, a woman who subtly decreases the distance between herself and you is creating an intimate connection. This could be sitting closer. Sign number 4, she remembers the little things than necessary. Slightly brushing your arm during conversation, or finding ways to be near you even in crowded settings. It is her way of breaking barriers without openly stating her feelings. Fidgeting can also be a sign, though it may appear contradictory. Small, restless movements like tapping her foot, shifting her weight, or adjusting her bag can indicate excitement and nervous anticipation around you. These micro-expressions and movements are her body's way of processing heightened emotions. They may not happen when she is with friends or acquaintances, but your presence triggers them. Finally, subtle flirtation through posture and gesture, another key marker. Crossing and uncrossing legs, leaning back to expose openness, or tilting her head while listening are often subconscious invitations. These gestures are more than coincidence. They are part of a silent dialogue where her body is revealing her curiosity, interest, and desire to connect on a level beyond words. When a woman secretly likes you, she will find ways to talk to you, even if she has an urgent reason to do so. Conversation becomes her bridge to connect with you, a way to create intimacy without being overt about her feelings. This is not about casual politeness. This is about her actively seeking moments to engage with you, even when it would be easier to stay silent or interact with someone else. If you start noticing that she is repeatedly coming up with reasons to reach out, It is a clear indicator that she wants your attention. One of the first signs is finding excuses to start a conversation. She may ask simple questions about your day, comment on something you're wearing, or bring up a topic she knows you care about. Even the smallest of interactions, like asking for your opinion on a movie, a book, or a trending topic, are calculated attempts. Sign number 5. Her voice changes around you two spark dialogue. What makes it different from casual chatter is the consistency and thoughtfulness behind it. She doesn't just interact with anyone in the same way. Her efforts are focused on you. Another subtle indicator is extending the conversation once it has begun. She doesn't let exchanges end abruptly. Even when the topic is small or mundane, she finds ways to keep it going, asking follow-up questions, laughing at your jokes, or sharing small personal stories are her ways of keeping the line of communication alive. This is not accidental. It is a reflection of her desire to spend more time talking to you, even if the interaction seems ordinary to anyone else observing. You may also notice her initiating conversations through indirect channels. She might send messages on social media, comment on your posts, or find reasons to interact online before approaching you in person. This digital outreach is significant because it demonstrates that she is thinking about you even when you are not physically present. Women who are interested will often look for multiple touch points to maintain a connection, whether it's through TDMs or casual mentions in group chats. Another sign is your timing and consistency. She doesn't just reach out randomly. She finds moments when she knows you are available or receptive, whether it's during breaks at work, after school, or when she knows you're free. Her attempts to engage are deliberate. This timing shows that she pays attention to your routine and is actively seeking ways to be a part of it, which is a subtle but powerful indicator of interest. The energy she brings to the conversation also speaks volumes. When she likes you, she shows enthusiasm in her voice, smiles easily, and seems genuinely engaged in what you are saying. Even if the conversation starts as casual, there is an unmistakable warmth and attentiveness in her tone. And sign number 6, she finds ways to be near you. Expressions. She reacts to your words in ways that demonstrate that she is not only listening, but also emotionally invested. You may also notice that she remembers previous conversations and brings them up naturally. If you mentioned a small detail about your life days or weeks ago, she might casually reference it, showing that she was paying attention. This indicates more than mere courtesy. It reflects genuine interest and a desire to create continuity in your connection. A woman who is indifferent will rarely remember these small details or take the effort to incorporate them into later conversations. Finally, she may initiate conversations even when she's busy or preoccupied. When someone likes you, their thoughts drift toward you, even in hectic moments. She will carve out time to message you, talk to you, or simply check in despite having other priorities. These deliberate efforts repeated over time are a strong sign that she is invested in creating a bond, seeking to know you better, and making herself present in your life without overtly expressing her feelings. One of the clearest signs that a woman's secret eye likes you is her ability to remember even the smallest details about your life. While anyone can casually listen during a conversation, a woman who is genuinely interested in you goes above and beyond. She listens actively, stores seemingly trivial information, and brings it up at the right moments to show that she cares. This is her way of creating a connection and proving without saying a word that you occupy her thoughts in a special way. From remembering your favorite food or drink to recalling the exact time you mentioned an important meeting, she shows that she pays attention. These are not just fleeting observations. They are deliberate mental notes that she keeps for the purpose of building rapport and showing her interest. While some may dismiss small details as coincidence, when combined with other behaviors, this becomes a clear sign of her attraction. She also recalls previous conversations naturally. If you mentioned a story about your childhood, a funny incident, or a personal struggle, she might bring it up later in a casual conversation. It doesn't feel forced or scripted. It feels genuine, almost effortless. This ability to reference past sign. 7. Her Friends Act. Different discussions indicates that she values what you share and wants to show you that your words and experiences matter to her. Women who are indifferent rarely remember such specifics, especially when they are minor or seemingly insignificant. Another key aspect is how she incorporates those details into thoughtful gestures. For example, if you casually mention a movie you wanted to watch, she might send you a link or bring it up when she sees you. If you say something about a hobby or interest, she may reference it later to spark conversation or even surprise you with something related. These actions demonstrate that she is not just passively listening. She is actively thinking about ways to connect with you and engage with your world. She often asks questions that build on past information. This is different from small talk. She isn't just asking what's new or how of your day went. Instead, she follows up on things you've shared before, checking in on situations or events you mentioned. This could be as simple as asking about a meeting, an exam, or a personal project. These inquiries reflect a deeper level of attentiveness and show that she genuinely cares about your life beyond surface-level interactions. Emotional memories also play a role. Share members how you felt about certain experiences and may respond accordingly. If you express frustration, excitement, or joy in a previous conversation, she acknowledges it later, either verbally or through her reactions. This sensitivity to your emotions indicates a level of empathy and emotional investment that goes beyond casual friendship. It shows that she notices not just what you do, but how you feel, and that those feelings matter to her. The way she cites your opinions or preferences in future discussions is another subtle indicator. If you once expressed a viewpoint on a topic, she might reference it later in a conversation or even defend it when others challenge it. This is her way of validating your perspective and demonstrating alignment, showing that she values your thoughts and ideas. Finally, her attention to timing and context reveals her interest. She doesn't randomly bring up past details at inappropriate times. She carefully chooses moments when it will matter or when it will naturally enhance the conversation. This attention to context shows not only her memory, but also her consideration and thoughtfulness, highlighting the quiet yet consistent ways she signals her attraction. One of the more subtle yet powerful signs that a woman secretly likes you is jealousy in disguise. Unlike obvious jealousy, which can appear as anger or possessiveness, this type of jealousy is understated and often hidden beneath playful comments, slight changes in behavior, or quiet observation. It is not meant to scare you or control you. Rather, it is an unconscious reaction to her emotional investment in you. When a woman cares deeply about someone, she naturally becomes protective of the attention and affection you give to others. The first indicator is how she reacts when you talk about other women. Even if you mention a female colleague, friend, or casual acquaintance, she may display subtle signs of discomfort. It could be a slight frown, a tightening of her lips, a brief pause, or a change in tone. These reactions are often very fleeting, and she may quickly mask them, but they reveal that she is emotionally invested and sensitive to how you interact with other women. This sensitivity comes from the desire to be noticed and valued in your life. Another manifestation of jealousy is in her body language during these moments. She may lean closer to you, subtly position herself in your line of sight, or unconsciously touch her hair or face as a self-soothing gesture. Her movements often become slightly more deliberate, almost as if she is asserting her presence without directly confronting you. This physical reaction is a sign that she is aware of other women's presence or influence and is responding internally, even if she doesn't say a word about it. She might also use humor or playful teasing when jealousy arises. For example, she may make lighthearted jokes about the women you talk about or gently mock the situation to hide the fact that she feels a twinge of insecurity. This type of behavior allows her to express her feelings without revealing vulnerability, maintaining her composure while still signaling that she notices and cares about your attention. Playful teasing becomes a subtle tool for her to navigate her emotions while keeping the interaction safe and lighthearted. Another clear sign is a heightened interest in your interactions with other women. She may ask casual questions about work. Oh, you met what you did or who you spent time with. Sometimes phrased in an innocent or offhand way. This is her way of keeping track of your social connections. Not out of nosiness, but because she is emotionally invested and wants to understand where she stands in your life. Her curiosity is often paired with subtle observation, like noticing body, language, tone, or attentiveness when you speak about others. You may also notice that she compares herself to other women consciously or subconsciously. She may mention her own skills, experiences, or qualities in ways that draw your attention, highlighting similarities or differences. This is not arrogance. It is her subtle attempt to stand out and remind you of her value. Women who like someone often seek reassurance, and these moments of comparison serve as a quiet way of measuring their place in your mind and heart. Emotional cues often accompany these behaviors. She may show signs of insecurity or slight frustration when she perceives you being too friendly with someone else. These emotions are rarely dramatic. Instead, they manifest in fleeting expressions, small sighs, or changes in engagement, even a slight drop in enthusiasm, a subtle shift in tone, or a brief distraction can signal that she is processing emotions tied to her feelings for you. Jealousy in disguise can also be seen in a desire to be included or prioritized. She may find ways to insert herself into plans, conversations, or moments where she senses that another woman might get attention from you. These actions are gentle assertions rather than demands, a quiet strategy to ensure she remains visible, significant, and emotionally connected without explicitly stating her feelings. Are one of the most telling signs that a woman secretly likes you is the way she gives you special treatment. This is not about grand gestures or overt declarations. It's about the subtle differences in how she interacts with you compared to others. She instinctively creates a unique space for you in her world, showing care, attention, and warmth that she reserves only for someone she has feelings for. Special treatment is her way of silently communicating that you matter to her, that you hold a place in her life that no one else does. The first indicator of special treatment is her attentiveness. When you talk to her, she listens with focus and genuine interest, often putting aside distractions to ensure she is fully present. This is different from general politeness. It is an intentional act of valuing your words, your stories, and your emotions. She remembers what you said, follows upon topics, and makes it evident that your conversations are meaningful to her. In a group setting, she may give you more eye contact or a more engaged expression than she does with others, signaling that you hold her attention in a unique way. Another clear sign is her willingness to help or support you. Whether it's assisting you with problems, offering advice, or going out of her way to make your life easier, she demonstrates care that is consistent and thoughtful. This isn't transactional or performative. It is rooted in genuine concern for your well-being. A woman who likes you often prioritizes your needs in small but meaningful ways, ensuring that you feel seen, valued, and supported whenever you are around her. She also shows special treatment through her gestures of kindness. Simple actions, like remembering your favorite snack, bringing something she knows you like, or checking in on your mood, are her ways of creating personal connections. These actions are rarely extended to others in the same manner, highlighting that she is making a conscious or subconscious effort to stand out in your life. Special treatment is all about differentiating you from the crowd, making you feel unique without explicitly stating it. Another key aspect is her tone and choice of words. When she talks to you, she may speak in a softer, warmer, or more playful manner. Her compliments may feel more genuine, her encouragement more heartfelt, and her humor tailored to your personality. These linguistic nuances are her way of creating intimacy and showing that she invests extra effort when interacting with you compared to others. Women who are emotionally invested naturally adjust their communication style to make you feel comfortable, appreciated, and special. You may also notice that she shares personal or private information with you that she doesn't reveal to others. This selective openness indicates trust and emotional connection. By giving you access to her thoughts, experiences, or feelings, she's signaling that she sees you as someone important, someone worthy of her vulnerability. This is a subtle yet powerful form of special treatment, demonstrating that she differentiates you from casual acquaintances or friends. Physical proximity and nonverbal cues also play a role in special treatment. She may find ways to be closer to you, stand or sit near you, or lightly touch your arm in casual moments. These small actions convey comfort, familiarity, and connection without needing to verbalize her feelings. They're nuanced ways of creating exclusivity and demonstrating that she feels comfortable around you in ways she might not with others. Finally, special treatment is evident in the consistency of her actions. It's not a one-time effort or occasional display, it's ongoing. She consistently makes an effort to notice, care, and engage with you in ways that are distinct from how she interacts with others. This reliability and consistency make her interest undeniable, even when it remains unspoken, showing that you occupy a special place in her world, and that she wants you to feel it through her words, gesture, wrist, and presence. Understanding these subtle signs can completely change the way you perceive a woman's behavior around you. From here, yes, that reveal unspoken emotions, to her body language, her efforts to start conversations, the details share members, the quiet jealousy she shows, and the special treatment she gives, you begin to see the invisible threads of attraction she's weaving. These are no random actions. They are deliberate, unconscious ways a woman expresses her feelings without saying them aloud. Recognizing these signals empowers you to understand her better, to notice the emotional energy she invests in you, and to respond with awareness and respect. It's a reminder that attraction is often communicated in whispers, gestures, and small acts of attention rather than grand declarations. Paying attention to these subtleties allows you to navigate connections more authentically and with deeper insight. When you start noticing these signs consistently, it becomes clear that her feelings are genuine and intentional. The key is to remain observant, patient, and sensitive to the way she communicates. Because in these small, quiet moments, the truth about her interest is revealed.